Today I fucked up by buying condoms at Wal Mart. Matched with a woman on a dating app and we hit it off, so I wanted to grab some protection before I went over there. She lived by a Wal Mart, so I decided to go there. Took a while to find, but I eventually find the condoms in an aisle behind lock and key. No big deal, I walk to the pharmacy and ask for some help in health. She discreetly radios for someone to go to family planning and tells me to head over there. I get there, and who walks up but this 400-year-old man named Bernard, who asks which one I need. I point, he nods in approval, unlocks the case and gets it out. I go to grab it and he nopes me and says sorry, but I have to walk it to the front. Do you have anything else today? I say nope and we go to the self-checkout counter. Bernard fails to mention that it has to get employee approval after being scanned as well, something he doesn't have because he's not on self-checkout. So he hands it to this teenage girl, who turns bright red, and says it's her first day on the job and she doesn't have access. She then par the whole store asking for help ringing up condoms in self-checkout. I had to wait about 3 minutes while people stared at me and this poor teenage girl that is forced to hold on to these condoms so I don't steal them. Moral of the story, go get your condoms in a gross truck stop bathroom like the old days. Much less embarrassing. X200B. TLDR bought condoms at Wal Mart, entire store radioed and told I needed help checking out. Edit. Holy crap. I never expected this to blow up as it did. I turned off notifications because it's my birthday and my phone has been blowing up so many different ways. Thanks for all the comments though, and friendly reminder to all of the YouTubers that are going to try to use this, please don't without my permission. I was waiting for the girl you matched with to have been working your register LMAO. Next time buy a cucumber too and really add to their embarrassment. Not a fuck up at all, you're practicing safe sex and the PPL of Wally World know you're getting laid tonight. My Walmart has a whole sexy aisle with lube, condoms, and even toys. Nothing is locked up. It's great, just grab condoms and walk to self-checkout. I could be buying gum as far as anyone can tell. 16-year-old me buying condoms for the first time. Cashier was a girl that couldn't have been more than a year or two older than I. Looks at me and smiles. Someone is going to have a good night. I was very embarrassed. I worked as a cashier during college. Every time someone was buying condoms, I'd always end the transaction with "have a nice night," regardless of whether it was 6 p.m. or 6 a.m. Very few people caught the meaning behind the statement, but the looks on the faces of those who did was priceless. This is how condoms had to be purchased in the 80s. It was purposefully made as embarrassing as possible because people weren't supposed to be having premarital sex and all marital sex had to be for making babies. The AIDS epidemic put condoms on normal shelves. Due to theft, they are being locked up again. Why the hell are condoms behind lock and key? That makes absolutely no sense. Are they dangerous? No. Are they prohibited from under 18? No. Would someone steal them? Probably, but not very valuable. From my experience with this sub, I thought it was going to take a twist like you met the teen from the checkouts at your date's place and it turned out to be her daughter. Never feel bad for buying condoms. Never be ashamed of practicing safe sex, that's a great thing. Sometimes you just gotta steer into the skid, hold the box over your head and shout, "Can I get a price check on these Magnum Dawn condoms please?" LMAO that poor girl. That is a terrible first day. And the sad thing is that hardly even prepares her for Walmart level shenanigans. IDK what your problem is though. Everyone saw you carrying M through the store. Just own it like a badge of honor. Yeah, I would glow in that moment as yes, I am doing the right thing. This is not FU seeing that you are doing the right thing. Wait until you have a GF who asks you to pick up tampons on your way home. LOL. Planned Parenthood has them for free. Employee approval for buying condoms is the stupidest American shit I've read today. What the actual fuck? Did they get used? It makes me really angry that some stores lock up condoms, pregnancy tests, Plan B, etc. That stuff is not dangerous and not particularly valuable, so what's the point? It prevents people from being able to discreetly practice safe sex, which is something that many young people in particular value. It gives similar energy as teaching abstinence instead of sex ed. People are going to have sex regardless, so let's make sure everyone is educated and has fairly easy access to the products that help keep them safe. You should be smiling and high-fiving people. You're planning on getting laid. No shame. Would you like a bag with that? No, not today. She's actually quite pretty. This is a FU. The whole store knows you're getting some tonight. Own that MY guy. Okay, hand sign, okay, hand sign. No, moral of the story is fuck the people who decided to keep basic birth control behind a fucking lock and key. It's not like spray paint, where someone can do real harm if they get hold of it. It's a box of dingers. What are you going to do? Stuff some condoms into a plastic bag and inhale the fuck out of them. Sneak into a school after midnight and condom your gang sign all over the walls. Welcome to the world of, I need a price check on a 48-count box of super absorbent tampons on aisle 6. My wife and I always laugh about the time we had to buy condoms at a Wal Mart in Las Vegas that had them locked up the same way. It was a teenage girl that had to unlock the case and do the walk of shame to the registers. Never again, Wal Mart. Like, I guess I'll just have another kid instead. Nobody cares, seriously. Making condoms so hard to buy sounds like a fantastic way to spread STIs and cause unplanned pregnancy. Confused Australian here. I reread this twice. So condoms are kept in a locked cabinet at Walmart and only certain staff can sell them. Went to buy condoms at Shopper Drug Mart, but the teenage cashier forgot to deactivate the magnet. As I was leaving, the detector goes off and I walk back to the embarrassed cashier, who was blushing and apologizing profusely. Behind me in line was my former history teacher, who was having a good laugh at both her and my expense. She says sorry again as she deactivates it and says have a good night. All I hear behind me is don't worry, I think that's his plan. You're pretty much the only one in this story who didn't fuck up. The entire society fucked up here. As an European, I can't fathom something as cheap and needed as condoms to be under such surveillance. That is literally among the craziest things I know about America from my perspective. It's totally insane. It's fucking nuts. What crazy fucked up state do you live in that locks up condoms, requires employee authorization? Like, authorization for what? They're condoms, not alcohol. This is definitely part of anti-abortion BS, making it harder to access birth control while outlawing abortion. I really thought the person who would eventually ring you up was gonna be the girl you matched with, LOL. Once I was at Walmart buying condoms and lube. I only needed that and some random third thing across the store, and was like, oh, I don't need a basket. I ended up passing my old health teacher. I was still in high school and he was trying to talk to me when he noticed what I was holding, and he closed the conversation with, well, at least you listened in class. Top 10 most mortifying moments of my life. Bonus points, I was supposed to help my mom clean his house a few weeks later. PFT, bro, IDB, putting my hand in the air and doing the candidate wave, letting everyone know that those were my condoms on the PA. People have sex. It's kind of like how we were born. Things not to be embarrassed to buy. 1. Condoms. 2. Tampons for your girl since you bought condoms and she's not late. If you're old enough to go to a store on your own to buy condoms for yourself, you're old enough to not give a shit about what other people think. Though, you could always go to any random gas station, they usually have unlocked